Hi, Eric here from Laser Scanning Europe, Laser Scanning TV. I use this new scene in our office, our new kitchen, for the guests. They're coming for training as background scene, and I find something pretty interesting. Is a new mobile mapping system from Trimble called MX50. And if you would like to get the most important topics about this system, then you should watch this video. So yesterday I find something interesting here in the blog websites. 12th of July it was an announcement from Trimble that they announced the new MX50 LiDAR system, and this expands their mobile mapping portfolio. Mobile mapping, for the people that are maybe new here, it's you can see it here on the picture. I think it's easier as you put laser scanners, or one laser scanner, different laser scanners on a car. You have on top most cameras, mostly panoramic cameras. And you have an EMO system, and you need also the controller unit, and you capture during your drive different information, pictures, laser lines, information about your movement, GPS information, putting everything together, and afterwards you have a field computer who calculate from this in 3D point cloud and panorama images, and then you can colorize your point cloud, and then you are normally done. Okay, that is the workflow for the people that are not so familiar with mobile mapping. So what Trimble expand their mobile mapping portfolio, I like to jump inside. They already have, actually they had a long history. There was more systems in the past, but actually they're now giving 3 systems to the market. We have the MX7, that is the only camera based system. And we have here, I think it's a ladybug camera, and here we have the EMO information, and on top we have GPS information, and they can precise capture street level imagery, what they say here. Okay, I think they give you also an option to look inside. Okay, like here you see, that's what they're doing with this system. You can capture high accurate information about also pictures, and you have a very accurate position, also where you're taking the picture. You see there is the points, and then you can jump to the next position. Okay. Then we had this MX9 system, which was long time the flagship, or is already the flagship. And there we have also the panorama head. We have here all the EMO installation, and it's a motion unit. We have GPS information. Sometimes they have these additional. And we have here 2 laser heads. It don't stay online, but for me it looks like it's a real system on top, like real laser scanners. And they have, you see a different installation here. That's on front view, top view, side view of the system, you see. And you can put this on cars, or you can put this on also here on railways. As the mounting can be the mounting you can mount it on different devices. Okay, that's their already flagship, and now they came out with this new system, the MX50, was they announced yesterday. Looks pretty the same for somebody who is not in the market. The most different what we see here are the laser heads. Looks here, these are the new laser heads, or the laser heads of the MX50, and that are the other ones that we have here. And that is the different point, and this is something where I like to speak about it. And I was thinking, I saw it yesterday, and then, oh, what the kind of laser heads this? I never saw this before, because mostly many systems use the real systems, some using Velodyne Pux systems, but the more accurate have then the real systems, or maybe Teledyne sensors. But this is something what was completely new, and we were thinking, oh, where this coming from? And then we figure out, oh, this looks pretty like this X7 system laser sensor. Also for me looks pretty the same. And then we jumped in the data sheet. We see here in comparison, that's maybe interesting for you. We have these 4 systems. What definitely is, this is the camera base, the MX7, very light, 11 kilos. The new one is also light, MX50 is 23 kilogram, and we have the flagship MX9 is 37 kilo, which is also pretty lightweight for a mobile mapping system. We see there are many temperature operations are pretty similar. IP protection is same. The camera is better, and they have the same camera taken as a panorama image resolution is the same. And here we see only some differences. We can here also put additional cameras on top, and we have here differences in between both systems. This is the speed of the scanner, which you can do, and that's the speed with the higher rate, as with the MX9 system. Is much faster, it's 2 megahertz, and we can have here maximum 960 kilohertz. Yeah, that maybe depends also from how many systems you have there, or how many lasers you have. Now it's every time dual laser. I think there's 2 options. And then you see the scan speed. You can do here 240 scans per second. I think this is maybe the rotation, what they mean. And with the higher system, you can have 500 scans per second. And accuracy, here's laser precision. I don't know, it's maybe the laser single shot that looks here much better for these MX50, like 2.5 millimeters is 30, or maybe, but it also gives you the laser accuracy, which is also pretty good, 2 millimeters and 3 millimeters. But you know, as I said last time, if you see values, you need also where, also the idea behind them, also the condition where this is actually giving to you. Okay, as you not can compare it one by one. Maybe this is on different lengths, or this is a static point. And you have to be careful with only the information. Then we figure out something interesting is the range. We have here 80 meters from 0.6 meters, and we have here 420 meters. It's very interesting. They see cubic meters. I don't know if is this a maximum range in cubic meter or target. I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe Trimble people should check this out. And they have 1.2 meters. That's also very important. By 1.2 meter means you need a higher installation if you want having ground points. Yeah, as a little bit less. I'm not 1 meters like here. If this other ones are only with 60, it's much easier. You can have a low installation. Yeah, then we see here that's pretty similar, these GPS data, but if you lost GPS, then is the accuracy of this system better. And yeah, that's the information, and that's a very important point. We have this 0.6 meter to 80 meters, and also here we have these target per pulse. That's two information that's very interesting. And if I go here in this sensor head, and then I see they have also 0.6 to 80, and we have these 2.5 millimeter and 30. That means for me and we have this range accuracy from 2 millimeters. That means for me it is maybe the same sensor what they're using here in the MX50, like from the terrestrial laser scanner X7. That's the interesting information. And they're not only developing this system, they develop also another new system, which we see here. This is the Trimble GEDO GX50. Maybe people, they are coming from railway market, they know it. And this was in the past, was their FARO scanner on top, and also larger Trimble system. And now they make the installation of these of this new laser scanner head. And this allows them to have different configuration. They have here the 90 degrees, they call them, the 80 degrees orientation, the 90 dual head, 90 degrees installation. They have also the butterfly installation, and they have a single head installation. And that's very interesting, because we have here some pictures. If you have these installation like the butterfly installation, you have your lasers going cross line. Is the same what you see for this car installation where you have two heads. And cross line means that you can capture object there. Normally you go on the path, like here in what you see in the picture on the axis from your railway. And if you have items there 90 degrees to your path, it's easy hard to capture if you have only a profile, because if you have here a traffic sign, and then you have only one line who can hit them. And if you go with cross line over that, you can have points on the blade size of your sign, and that is much better to capture objects, thin objects in your point cloud if you have a dual head installation with some cross inside. And this is what they are doing here, and that's new. I think they don't done it before, and I also not sure that somebody else do it in the moment. I think that's a pretty new one, and that's maybe also a nice one that they can use it. And it also looks that the complete motor and everything is inside of these small dual heads. very interesting technical point. They're giving here also some pictures out, looking good for first view here. What we can see here, I don't expect that is too badly because they use proven technology, but I don't check this in detail. Here we see, I think, one point what you have to know, what is the limitation of these sensor heads. They have only 80 meters. This means objects more far away, it's 80 meters, you don't can capture, and they have only one target per pulse. And the MX9, they can have multiple targets. Why is this so important? As if you shut out points from your sensor, and you maybe you have a railway, and on the side you have your surface, and on top there is some vegetation like trees. You have sometimes double reflection on one shot, and the sensors of the MX9, he can detect it. He can see, okay, there are some points, it's maybe a tree, and then we have ground points, and this allows you to do a classification of and one, I think you get more points, I think so, and then you can do easier on the classification. Also you get a better data set if you are interested on vegetation. That's a different, but the sensor is also much more complicated and much more expensive. That's the difference. Also that, I think, is the limitation, as you don't can capture. You see it here also, looks a little bit, I wouldn't say that it looks noisy or something. I think that is one point. What is your limitation from these sensor, is you have no multipass and you have only 80 meters. And I think that is also the reason, because I was asking me why they already then selling the MX9 if they have something what they have by them own, where you don't need any other sensors, because you normally, you know, you are not so interesting to buy sensors from other companies because it might make it more complicated if you have everything in your in-house. I think that's much easier. I think that's the issues that you, with this sensor installation, you can only do some application very well. And this application that tell us here on the website, they say it's very good for highway assets capturing, where you don't need a very high precise every scan point line. You take camera information and some laser lines or laser points. Utility assets, yeah, for installation, or city assets, and then you for accurate ground models, for done profiles and cross section, definitely okay, and for road safe information. I think that's the application of the system. Also this means that somebody who don't need the full range of a flagship model, they can choose now these system what is in the middle of the product line. I think that's, and there's I think there should be good application, otherwise they won't not develop something like this. It's maybe then one point what it's pretty interesting, but maybe some users, they use this system, can tell us. Some people say these compact installation, what they're done, what is pretty nice and sexy and looking good, it's maybe sometimes critical, because I speaking to some mobile mapping guys, they say it's better if you have your your heads very outside, that you put them on the fast point of your car, because then you can then put in high, and then you can look better in the sides of the roads, as if this is an application. But it's more for the flagship models like the MX9. I think this should be nice, easy, sexy, and easy to handle, because if you want to do road highway assets or road information, maybe you don't want to send these laser scanning mobile mapping expert outside, maybe some inspector or something, and then it's maybe easier with this system. I think that's maybe the, also the use case behind them. Also if you see, I find this pretty interesting that they use existing technology from the tripod scanner, put them here and making a new system what people can use. I can say you anything, how good it is, how good is the workflow. I only give you the facts, what I figure out here. Yeah, that's all for today for mobile mapping Trimble products, new portfolio line. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel, give other guys information. That is here a very interesting channel for laser scanning and LiDAR information. And I have to leave and work on the next episode. Bye bye, Eric.